Hello everybody, welcome back to another movie review. I am going to be talking about The Dig in a quick second here. Before we get started, I just want to address that yes, I will be doing my next collab video very soon. Just a couple things have been going on lately, so forgive me. I will be definitely doing that review very soon. It's also really late. I was going to record the collab video. It's literally like 1 o'clock in the morning, so if I look a little tired, sorry. But I wanted to watch The Dig because I heard a lot of good things about this film, and I wanted to get my 2 cents on it as well. So I hope you guys are enjoying the Little Things review also. But don't worry, the next Cinema Folks video is on the way. I will be talking about Princess Diana, Cloverfield 2, all the stuff that's been going on, and of course, if anything breaks, I will also address it on that video as well. Um, but yeah, so we're gonna talk about The Dig today, and hopefully I will have the next Cinema Folks video come out on the 1st of February. So hopefully it'll happen then. But anyways, let's talk about The Dig. So The Dig is the latest from Netflix, starring Carey Mulligan and Ralph Fiennes, and it is a story about archaeology, particularly through the character of Basil Brown, played by Ralph Fiennes, and he comes to work for Miss Pretty, played by Carey Mulligan, and he searches the property for anything of merit, of significance, because archaeologist is looking for anything. But what he eventually comes upon is the remains of a Viking burial site, a big ship, and he now he and a bunch of other people, also Lily James, Johnny Flynn, with the help of them, they hopefully will get this piece out and preserve it. And along the way of the journey, you also get to see a lot of these characters and a lot of their motivations and a lot of their development, their own dilemmas individually. And I have to say, it led to a decent drama. There are some fair elements to the film, some strong elements, and then some elements that I had some issues with. But the first thing that I have to say, that the best thing about the film is the cinematography. It is a gorgeous looking movie. The colors and the framing is quite breathtaking. I think that it's visually the best film that I've seen this year so far. It is a feast for the eyes. It is a gorgeous looking movie. Um, as well as Carey Mulligan and Ralph Fiennes. I think that they are both strong here. You can tell exactly what's going on with them just based off of their expressions and their own dilemmas as well. I also liked its thematic purpose. I think that the idea of keeping and remembering, and the idea of people and stories becoming lost or buried, because it's called The Dig anyway. Um, that idea, that runs through each character and the period the film takes place in, particularly through Carey Mulligan, who is our main focus. And she did a really good job. I was really captivated by her, as well as I was with Ralph Fiennes as well. So the performances are strong. I think the cinematography is quite striking. But there are some things technical-wise that I took issue with, particularly with the audio. The choice in audio placement really didn't suit this movie. This idea of audio coming before the scene where you see the characters, or where you see the characters talking, like how they show a character, completely silent, and then you hear the audio that's for the next scene, but they place that audio in that scene beforehand. They do that a lot in this movie, and it becomes very distracting. And it's not. I just think that it's just they utilize it a lot, to the point where it becomes like almost unbearable, honestly. Like I literally thought my television bugged out for a moment. Like that's how repetitive, and um, that's how much this choice was being utilized, and it just became distracting. As well as the handheld camera work. There's a lot of handheld camera work in this movie, particularly in the beginning, and it really distracted me. I think that it needed a lot more tripod or just still frame versus just handheld work. It just didn't really suit it a lot of the time. And I also found the direction in general to be good. I found the direction to be generally fine. I just think that also at times it felt a bit dry, because there's a lot of room for characters to stretch and present themselves, but I feel the presentation of said development feels familiar at some points. You kind of expect how certain things will resolve and how certain things um, will will find their own closure. Um, but um, even though its technical choices make certain elements oh, sorry. Even though the technical choices, let me just elaborate. Even though the technical choices it makes are inconsistent or rather awkward in the way they're utilized, its striking visuals and strong performances really strengthen this period piece and make up for the areas that it does suffer from. Because believe me, that audio placement does become quite distracting. But through the work of Carey Mulligan and Ralph Fiennes, and through the cinematographer, you actually find yourself in a piece that is actually fair. If without those elements, you wouldn't have the investment or the engagement, and you, with those elements being there, you have a something that is decent versus something that could have been quite boring, to be honest.